Welcome to Fundraising Confessions, the truth behind the profession, the podcast produced by Jerry Consulting Group, where nonprofit leaders, fundraisers, and donors spill the tea on what really goes down behind the scenes of the fundraising world. I'm your host, Rochelle Jerry, founder of Jerry Consulting Group and lifelong nonprofit champion. Today, we're talking about what it truly takes to fundraise for your mission while keeping your organization running, a conversation that every executive director will relate to. Sonya, I've had the privilege of working alongside you and watching your leadership up close. Please welcome and take us back to the beginning. Who are you and what is Girl Talk?
Hello, Miss Rochelle. Thank you so much for having me today. Girl Talk goes all the way back to the early 2000s. But to take you all the way back to where the idea stemmed from is because I was a young teen mom. And as a young teen mom, I didn't have what I felt like I needed in order to grow into the woman I now am. And so I didn't have that non judgmental environment or person that I could talk to that kind of guided me to where I needed to go. My mother was a victim of domestic violence. So at the age preteen, where a girl's hormones are changing, her emotions are changing, her body is changing, she needs that woman in her life to tell her it's going to be okay. I've been here before. This is all a part of becoming a young woman. You're going to feel a certain way. Your thinking is going to start changing. It's okay. I'm going to be here, walk alongside you, support you, and help you get through this. And I just didn't have that because my mother wasn't emotionally available at the time. And so when I needed that, I didn't have it. And so therefore I kind of made some reckless decisions. And so I always told myself that if I'm ever in a position to assist other young ladies, I will be that person that I needed for them. And so that's how Girl Talk was birthed. And so in almost early 2000s, I'll say about 2010, I started Girl Talk non-formally with my nieces and her friends. And we would go over to my sister-in-law and brother's house, and I would have my nieces and their girlfriends come over, and we would just have guided conversations. And they would be allowed to just kind of talk about what they were going through, their experiences in school with their peers. And at the time, I think they were like in eighth grade. And then I decided, okay, it's time for me to make this legitimate. And so I applied for my 501c. At first, it was kind of like a struggle because I didn't know where to go to apply. I didn't know anybody that had one. And so eventually, I received our 501c in 2016. And Girl Talk was just birthed out of passion to make sure that there was not another young lady that didn't have someone with experience, someone with some knowledge and passion to walk alongside them and ensure that they weren't out here by themselves going through their challenges.
Yeah, I appreciate that and your inspiring story. I have an 11-year-old, Miss Paulina
Yeah.
Jerry, that's in fifth grade trying to figure it all out. I also have nieces
Yeah.
that, I can definitely relate to. I
Yeah.
appreciate hearing your story and your mission and your drive to help our girls in the community. And so, what can you say about the woman you were when you started versus now that it's 2026?
Oh my gosh. It has been 10 years. And when I tell you I am I am much more aware. Like I
Mhm.
said, I started with passion. I want to help girls. I want to be there for them. I want to listen to them. But then on this journey of learning, I've mentored myself. I've been mentored. I've been
Mhm.
empowered to learn more, to listen more. I'm a bit old school. And so, growing up, it was, do as I say, not as I do, be seen and not heard. But we realize we're in a day and age where young people have a voice. And we want to make sure that they are heard because they have a lot going on. And it's a lot different than when we were growing up as adolescents and preteen and teenagers. They have social media, they have the internet. Pop culture is influencing them heavily. And therefore, they go through a lot more than what we've gone through. Some of the things are still foundational and the same, but nonetheless, they are being heavily targeted and influenced. And so, if we don't give them a voice, if we don't support them in their decisions, but also guide them and hold them accountable, then they're just going to be out here and they're going to be making mistakes that are not necessary. And so,
Mhm.
like it was up to us to listen more. And that's what I've learned to do, listen more, support them, understand their perspective versus being that old school person. Um, that was raised to be seen and not heard. What
Mhm.
my word is final, and I didn't have a voice. And now I realize that young people do have a voice, and so I am more mature. I am well read. Um, Being in this field, I'm constantly researching, I'm constantly reading about childhood development and teens and how they feel and how they're thinking and what's going on inside their head. Some of the things that they have to deal with and contend with daily is enough to just make anybody go crazy. And so I've just learned to just be that person that I needed. If I didn't like it when I was young, then of course I know that they wouldn't like it, but also guide them and hold them accountable.
Mhm. Mhm. And how do you attract the young girls to your mission and your programs?
So we do social media. Social media is huge. A lot of young people are on social media. Parents are on social media, moms,
Mhm. Mhm.
but we also get referrals from schools.
Mhm.
We get referrals from DCS. Girl Talk has been fortunate since 2018 to go into the juvenile center, which is now the Juvenile Justice Center. So we go there the last two Wednesdays of the month usually, and so we get referrals from there. And then just building friendships and relationships with different individuals. We have people from churches that reach out, other organizations, because there are several organizations in the community that serve girls, but they may not serve girls like Girl Talk does. And we may come across a young lady that may not be a good fit for us. So we, kind of cross referral. So schools, churches, DCS, um, juvenile justice, just
Mhm.
person to person, word of mouth. That's how
Mhm.
we get the girls that we serve. And it's been a
Yeah,
blessing. Yeah.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your programs and how many programs do you have? What are the age ranges? And do you have a flagship program that you would like to tell us about?
Yes, so our signature program is the program we started out with is our signature 8 week empowerment program. And that is a program that goes 3 times a year. So we have 3 8 week empowerment programs a year, 8 weeks on and 8 weeks off. And that program covered topics like loving the skin you're in, conflict resolution, financial literacy, preparing for takeoff. You've graduated high school. What are your next steps? Entrepreneurship, a trade, or are you going to a 4 year college? Now you see me, it's about your brand. We understand and know that kids are on social media. And we try to let them know that be mindful of what you say, what you post, and what you share, because you're not always going to be this immature 14, 15, 16-year old. You are going to grow and mature into an amazing young woman with amazing dreams and goals. And we don't want something that you did in your youth to deter you getting to your goal and having the future goal and job that you've dreamed about. And so we try to let them know that how you present yourself is your brand, just like Nike, just like iPhone, just like Pepsi, they have a brand and so do you. You have a brand with your teachers. You have a brand with your parents. You have a brand with your coaches and the people that you see at church, people out in the community. How you present yourself is a representation of who you are, and it will determine how people respond to you and treat you and the opportunities that come your way. So our 8 week empowerment program, we have those main topics, and then we have subtopics every 8 weeks. So every 8 weeks, there's a different subtopics. And then
Mm.
at the end of that 8 weeks, which is the eighth Saturday, as long as the girls have participated in 6 of the 7 sessions and they have completed the community service, because that is also important, the girls receive a certificate of completion and a Girl Talk gift bag. And
I
that has
love
been
that.
that has been since the very beginning. And then in our 8 weeks off, we try to have a fun event, a relevant workshop, and a community service as well. So that is our
That's
signature
amazing.
8 week empowerment program. We have our one on one and group mentoring. Our one on one mentoring is referrals, and we can get them from the aforementioned that we spoke about, schools,
Hmm.
DCS, other group organizations. A parent can reach out to us and say, hey, I would like some mentoring for my daughter. She's experiencing A, B, and C.
Hmm.
We have our after school tutoring that has been successful so far. We have our career mentorship and business internship program, and that is for girls 14 and up. And that's where we pair young ladies with a mentor or an internship in the preferred career that they would like. So let's just say we have a young lady that would like to be a veterinarian. We will try to partner her with a veterinarian to either be mentored or receive an internship. And that is a 6 month program where they check in, and the young lady can decide, okay, this is a career that I want to pursue. This is everything that I thought it would be. Or they can decide, you know what, maybe this is a little bit too much for me, because the goal is to deter them from changing majors as they're in college, because we know that's time and money wasted, and we don't want to do that. And then we have our Empower Her Academy. And the Empower Her Academy is for high school girls. And that academy was created because after COVID, we saw a decrease in our teenage girls and the older girls. And so we decided to create a program similar to the 8 week empowerment program, but we took it up about 10 notches. And so the Empower Her Academy consists of 4 6 to 8 week empowerment programs consisting of life skills, etiquette, civics, and business 101. And after they complete the business 101, each girl has to complete a capstone project or a business plan. And those capstone projects and business plans will be judged by the instructors or professional women in the community. And they will kind of judge it, giving them some advice where they can make some tweaks and changes. That will benefit them. And then each girl, as a celebration and as a reward to them investing in their personal development, each young lady will receive a laptop and a monetary scholarship.
I
And
like it.
and so our 8 week empowerment program is from 10 to 18. Our career mentorship and business internship is for girls 14 and up. And our Empower Her Academy is for high school girls specifically.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I
And
mean,
you
at the
have
end of
and
the
you
day,
have and you have a mother's program, right?
oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. We do. We have a mother supporting mothers program, because it's one thing for the girls to come to our program. We build them
Mm-hmm.
up, we get them confident, they're feeling good about themselves. But if they have to
Hmm.
go back home to an environment where it's toxic and filled with trauma, they have to deal with it. Well, the parents are dealing with some unhealed issues, then it's like we have to do it all over again. So we created the Mother Supporting Mothers program, where mothers can come in once every quarter. We break bread, eat some good food. We have structured conversation, or sometimes the conversation is free flowing. We always have a therapist there, our resident therapist, psychologist, and case manager. And we just have good conversations. Mom are able to come and just kind of relax. This is an environment just for them. And we just talk about what's going on day to day. Oftentimes, moms are going through things and they don't have a lot of people to talk to sometimes, or they don't feel like others understand. And so, this is an environment with not just mothers, but a sisterhood where we can just talk about what we're going through, some things that we're dealing with. And then, if they feel like they need additional time, one on one time with the therapist, then Girl Talk has been blessed to be able to offer the moms 5 to 6 therapy sessions on us with the therapist. And she is a licensed clinical therapist or in the social worker. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
we want to make sure that all of the individuals that come through our program leave better than they started. And from the Mother Supporting Mothers program, we created the Thrive Project. The Thrive
Hmm.
Project was a natural escalation from the Mother Supporting Mothers because we realized, okay, they're getting the one-on-one therapy, but they needed other things like financial literacy, career prep, credit repair, and then some of them wanted home ownership. So we have partnered with businesses and contractors in the community to offer these mothers all of these important pieces to their life. And so we started our first Thrive Project program. We have 8 young women that are enrolled in the program, and it is going exceptionally well. So
That's
that is
awesome.
Girl Talk.
That is
Yeah.
so needed. I appreciate hearing that and the urgency and the importance of your work
Mhm.
and the impact.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the funding and the work it takes to get these programs funded and to keep the
Yes.
momentum of the girls and the mothers active in the program. So chat a little bit about how what your experience has been seeking funding for a program that you're so passionate about and keeping the organization running.
So, Girl Talk, we started in 2016 officially with our
Mhm.
501c3. We received our first grant in 2022. So, we went from 2016 to 2022 without any grants. So, we had some mini grants. Let me not say that. We received some smaller grants from from a couple of entities, but they were like $2,500 here, $5,000 there. It all helped. For the most part, it was my husband and I funding the organization. And then in 2022, we received our first grant, and that was a significant grant. It was like a $70,000 grant. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is really going to help. And so we received that grant. And then after that, we started having it was a snowball's effect. We were
Mhm.
just receiving grants, receiving grants, receiving grants. And we
Mhm.
were able to not only have our signature 8 week empowerment program, then we had our one on one and group mentoring, and then we started the other programs. And it's been a blessing. It really has. And, and I appreciate the funders for finding value in what we're offering to the community because we don't want to just be a mentoring program. Because after
Mhm.
you get done mentoring, then what? What's next? Where do the girls go? Where do the mothers go? We have to support
Yeah.
the mothers because the mothers support and nurture the children. And so we wanted to make sure that we had the funding to be able to do all that we are doing because it is beneficial to the community. And so it's important that we tell the story to the funders that, hey, you all finding value in what we do in terms of funding our program, it's definitely beneficial to the community. It's beneficial
Mhm.
to the girls that we serve, but it is also beneficial to the moms that take care of the children, that nurture the children, that are responsible for them. And so the funding has been very important. And so we are making sure that we have the information that we need, the quantitative data, the qualitative data, the research that speaks to why our programs are important. And so with
Mhm.
this information, we hope that the funders continue to fund what we do because it's very important.
Yeah, and continuing to grow, right? And
Yeah. And
And
growth is very important. I mean, Girl Talk is at a great place right now, and we want to be able to continue what we are doing, but that does take money. Yeah, we can
yeah.
do it with passion all day long because I
Hmm.
love what I do. I quit my
Hmm.
job in healthcare after 25 years to do what I do, but at the end of the day, it takes money to be able to keep these programs and keep them sustainable.
Yeah, and I appreciate your story. And we also collaborated on a nonprofit quarterly article. I am a
Yeah,
writer for Ask a Nonprofit Expert. And one of the questions were, I'm a founder of a small nonprofit
yeah,
who's still the executive director and the board president after 10 years. And I thought of you. I thought, what a
yeah.
great opportunity to share your story so other people can relate and identify to how
Mhm.
challenging it is from a personal investment when you are the founder to then receiving funding and growing your program and growing your impact in the community. So, can you tell us a little bit about the girls and the impact on them and how you've seen? I know you're celebrating 10 years this year, but give us some examples because I know I've seen I think I said, because you all do social media very well. So if you aren't
Yes.
following Girl Talk Inc. on all the socials, follow them. I remember, Sonya, seeing a video last year where you had some girls talk at the Indiana State Capitol about an advocacy. They were
Yes.
advocating for something, and you are
Yeah.
one of the nonprofits that the organization reached out to bring the girls to speak because they know they have been trained on civic leadership. So, can you
That's
talk
right.
a little bit about the girls and how you've seen them grow and the leadership you now see, the leadership qualities you now see in them?
When I tell you, we have so many amazing young ladies that have gone through the program, and so many of them, like our first 4 or 5 years, they are now in high school. A few of them have graduated. A lot of them have graduated, but they're doing
Mm-hmm.
amazing things. They're in college.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them have their own businesses, and it is
Nice.
because from their mothers through testimonials that they say they have gained their confidence. They have confidence because we created a stage for them to be confident. One thing that Girl Talk does is we have our affirmations, and any
Mm-hmm.
and every girl that goes through our program receives their affirmations. And the goal is for you to say these affirmations every day when you wake up and before you go to bed, because if you say them consistently, you start to believe them. When you start to believe them, you start to see yourself differently. When you start to see yourself differently, you start to be mindful of the people that you have in your personal space and the people that you are around. And that helps make you confident. I mean, when you start to
Mm-hmm.
speak to yourself, I am smart, I am bold, I am beautiful, I'm intelligent, you start to believe it. And then you start to carry yourself differently. Your head is held high, your shoulders are back. And a lot of the girls that have gone through our program and seen it through to the end, they feel that way. We have girls that are in college. I have a one young lady, she will speak at our event in June. She's going
Mm-hmm.
to be a veterinarian. I can't wait for everyone
Mm-hmm.
to hear her speak. Her name is Alayla. We
Mm-hmm.
have another young lady that went through our Empower Her Academy. Her name is Harmony. She was one of the young ladies that spoke at the
Mm-hmm.
State House. She will be there to speak, and they
Mm-hmm.
speak to how Girl Talk really helped them blossom into the confident, intelligent young woman that they are today. And I am just so
Mm-hmm.
thankful that we had a part in their lives.
Well, congratulations. How does it feel to celebrate not just survival out here in these nonprofit streets, but impact and legacy, right?
You know what? It's so crazy because it's like I'm just doing the work. And now
Mm-hmm.
it's 10 years. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we survived COVID. At first it was
Yeah.
like, okay, we got to go online. And we did that first class online and I was like, nah, this ain't it because the kids turn off their cameras and They were, and we are a hugging, loving organization. And so I was like, okay, we can ready to create some Girl Talk face masks. We're gonna get some hand sanitizer. We can ready to get these
Mhm.
babies back in. And we were able to do that. And we survived, and the parents trusted us to keep their babies safe. And so
Yeah.
we were able to survive all of that. And here we are, 10 years later, still doing the work. And we're going to continue to do the work as long as we have breath in our bodies, as long as the funders continue to find value in what we do,
Mhm.
and as long as the parents continue to entrust us with their daughters. And the impact that we've had, I hope that I can say confidently, on the Indianapolis community has been great. And so we are going to celebrate that impact in June with our 10 years of
Yes.
impact fundraising celebration.
Yes.
I'm so thankful that we have gotten to this milestone. And so we are going to
Mhm.
celebrate the girls in the community, the mothers in the community. We're going to celebrate Girl Talk serving the community. And so we're just asking everyone to come on out. They can go to our website to purchase their tickets at
Mhm.
girltalkindy.org. They can visit our social media pages at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as LinkedIn at Girl Talk Inc. Indy. We are just excited to be where we are today, and it could not be for the community that has welcomed us and allow us to serve them in a way to where they feel like we've made changes in their lives.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your event celebrating 10 years, June 12th
10 years of
at the
impact,
Rich
June 12th.
Charles at 5 p.m.
Yes.
It is a black tie event.
It is a black tie
And
affair, so come,
mhm,
be dressed.
mhm,
We are gonna have a great time. We're gonna have
mhm,
the Tony Bryant Project,
mhm,
with Brashiri performing. That is gonna
mhm,
be an amazing. We have a great lineup of girls, and women speaking, telling their experiences with Girl Talk and how we have impacted them. And so donors and corporations and private,
mhm.
funders, we want you there so you can see the impact that we've made, so you can see where your money has gone and will go in the future. You're going to see
Mhm.
that your money has not been wasted.
That's awesome. And you have a new
Yeah.
website and a new van for
Oh my,
transportation. Talk about that.
yes. When I tell you that we now have transportation. Girl
Amazing.
Talk has a van, and if you go to our website, if you go to our social media pages, you will be able to see it. We have a 15 passenger van, so there's no excuses. We can come pick you up. If transportation is a barrier, we will
Mhm,
be there to come get you, because we don't want any young lady or any mom to miss out on empowerment, to miss out on personal
mhm,
development,
mhm,
professional development. We want to be there. We want to make sure that we are serving you in the way that you need to be served. So we have a transportation. We also have an amazing website. Call Sign Marketing has done
mhm,
a fantastic job
mhm, mhm,
redoing our website. They are an
mhm.
amazing company to work with, and I am so thankful to them. I am very
Yes.
thankful to
Absolutely.
them.
Just shout out to call sign Alpha Marketing,
Yeah.
Waniel Holmes and Olivia Holmes, who is our marketing partner, as a creative partner, as well as our event partner. And so thank
Yes.
you all for helping us create the impact for those that are serving our communities. And so your
Yes. Yes.
celebration, your 10 years, your milestone, so exciting. I can just feel the energy and the excitement for
Oh yeah.
you. And
I am so excited. Yeah, to
it's
be
so
able
it's
to,
so good.
and it took so many people. It's not just myself at all. That's one thing I do want to make clear. It wasn't just me, even though I am the founder and executive director. There are so many amazing women and individuals that have helped Girl Talk get to where we are today, from board members, volunteers, to contractors that we've worked with, whether they were clinicians, whether they were
Mhm.
facilitators, whether they were marketing individuals. these are all individuals that have helped Girl Talk get here. And so I salute them. I celebrate them as well, because without them, there will not be a Girl Talk. So I am just thankful for everyone that has assisted us in getting here.
Awesome. What is the one truth about fundraising that people don't talk about enough but needs to be said in the
It's hard.
nonprofit sector?
It is. It's hard because you're asking for something that is very precious to people, something they work hard for. And so when you are trying to fundraise, you have to sell to them that what you are doing is going to be beneficial to not only your organization, but to them as a community member. They have to see the buy-in. They have to see, like, okay, hey, how is this benefiting me? And what individuals don't understand is we all live in this community and world together. And so if one part is off, it's going to eventually flow into this part. So if you are investing in an organization and a program that is making sure that other community members have what they need to flourish professionally and personally, it's a win-win. But it's kind of hard because you gotta figure out the right language. You gotta figure out what can I say that'll pull at their heartstrings outside of just being totally honest. you
Mm-hmm.
know I
Mm-hmm.
know that I can sell Girl Talk all day long, but is it going to be believable, to
Mm-hmm.
someone
Mm-hmm.
else?
Yeah.
Is our missions going to align?
Mm-hmm.
Do they feel like they have stake in our organization? And
Mm-hmm.
so it can be hard trying to figure that out, because it has been hard. I will not sugarcoat that at all. So I just hope and pray that what we do speak for itself. I hope that the mothers and the daughters can speak on Girl Talk behalf and share their experiences and share how Girl Talk has impacted their lives positively. And I just pray and hope that, they find value in what we are adding to the Indianapolis community.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations to you again. Thanks for
Thank you.
tuning in to this episode of Fundraising Confessions,
Yes.
the truth behind the profession. A huge thank you to our guest, Sonya Cook, founder and executive director of Girl Talk Inc. And if this conversation resonated with you, like, share, and leave a comment. The podcast is streaming on watchblacktivity.com, YouTube, and all social sites at Consult with Jerry. And if you are interested in sponsoring Fundraising Confessions, I am a
Yes.
fundraiser. So if you want your logo here so other people can hear these stories, let me know at Rochelle at consultjerry.com.